Inn offers a clean bed, but it deals in vocations and skills besides. Also,
some weapons can be further enhanced with their aid.
Hail, Fred. Been some time. Trust you've been well? But come, if it was idle twittering you'd wanted, you'd have sought a prettier bird than this old crow. Crows bring tidings, most oft grim. I bring you work. Still grim, I'm afraid. Well, salvation again, naturally. Now there's word they've a man inside the castle. If that be true, he'll have need to leave the castle eventually to meet with the others. All I ask is that you keep watch. If you see someone leaving the castle, shadow them. I only have need of your eyes. Follow them and see what business has them out. I'm honest. Skulking about is more my line than yours, I know. But pray, lay your chivalry aside this once. I'd do it myself, but there's aught has me away from Grand Sorin for a time. Nothing for it, I fear. Tell your findings to the innkeep. We have an arrangement. Tread carefully, friend, and quietly, what's more.
It seems no one knows just how he managed to defeat the beast.
Playing the Shadow is more simple than you might think. Keep watch over who comes and goes from the castle, and follow them what seems suspicious. Simple, aye? Those with aught to hide move about after nightfall. I would know. You'll learn the rest as you go, friend. Tell anything you learn to the innkeep. Playing the Shadow. You'll learn.
The pawns that fought alongside him must be about somewhere. But where? This one cannot see.
this must be an alehouse.
We meet again, Fred.
This shop will see to your hair, should you be
Mind
of
the
mind
guards
to
on
have
watch,
style.
Master. They'll not suffer any untoward behavior quickly.
The Duke. Now why would I place my trust in such as him? Even the daftest of dragons will ill fall before a human. So either the good Edmund is a fake, not that I can cast stones there, else he's no human. Either way, I'm not eager to give the duchy over to him. If he's the sort of demon fit to slay a dragon, what's to stop him from demanding human sacrifices and the like? Nothing. That's what. I'm sure you'll find all you need. Anytime. So, what do you say of my selection, friend? I'm sure you'll find... I'm sure you'll find out. Boy there. Quite the pretty little item you have there, friend. Why not leave it with me a while? I'll craft you a forgery fit to fool the Maker's own eye. Anytime. I'm sure you'll find out anytime. So, what do you say of my selection, friend? I'm sure any...
A scrivener at the Black Cat here can duplicate objects in your possession.
That ladder will see us to the roof. We may be able to cross from roof to roof, Arisen. Some corners of the capital can only be reached by crossing the rooftops. This writing, a journal page perhaps.
All these workers going about their business. How lively.
These stairs serve as a useful route in their own right.
Seems this is where the merchants live. 'Tis quite open.
Many friends remain at the abbey I left in the west. It will take more than a dragon to scare them off, or me from this place. Many friends remain. It will take...
Everyone's gone so serious. I suppose it can't be helped. Maybe it's bull. Maybe it's bull.
I suppose the merchants have need of open space to ply their trades.
A smithy, I should think.
Merciful Maker, please, please no. Sir, I know it is not a matter fit to thrust upon a passing stranger, but... Please, I ask only that you listen a while. Just a short while. Thank you, sir. This child is my son. Was my son. His heart stopped not a few hours past. Always weak, his sweet heart, since he was but a babe. I had long known he would not live long. But to see it, to watch him slip from my grasp, I am left with naught but rage at my impotence. Fain to try any means that I might to bring him back, I looked to magic, even curses, anything to bring him back to me. I know it for madness, but still Here, pray, accept these, sir. The first of those stones I bought from a merchant my son and I passed in our travels. He spoke of a powerful magic within it. Gather rocks such as this together, he said, and even the dead shall wake. Not that I am one to blindly believe in such tales, mind. Yet still, I thought there no harm in trying. And so I searched. But by the time I found a second, the whole pursuit rang hollow. 'Tis a vain hope to seek immortality in such trinkets, I know. I felt a fool for having e'er believed it. In my search, I've come to learn that tales of such stones as wake the dead are far from rare. My son's condition grew worse. In my desperation, I scoured each passing town for any rumor or legend it might hold. Some claimed the stones came from beyond the rift. Others cautioned that all hope of revival dies when corruption begins to take the body. Another says the stone's power to call back the dead relies upon the strength of the wielder. If that is true, there's little use in the likes of me collecting them. But perhaps in the hands of one such as the Arisen. No. Forgive me, sir. I fear I am well mad with grief. Perhaps with those, my son. But I fear I've not the strength to conjure their effect. Perhaps with those... A man can get a notion of the size of an army by the count of the arms they buy. By that measure, the Duke's men are too few by an order. There's talk of begging help from the neighboring lands, but who can say when they'll arrive? I've no conception on the number of men required to fell a dragon, but I doubt the men now counted in His Grace's employ are enough to hold even the castle. I've no conception, but I doubt...
Hello. Yes, Arisen. Set out from here, and we'll be on the path to the wind-blocked tower.
Not beat a rooftop for a vantage on the city's hidden corners. leads on to the cathedral and the rest to the upper district.
There's oft twisted in this world of ours. Know any tales to... Know any tales...
Even at its worst, the world is ever home to hope. Well, happiness finds those who wait in quiet grace. Well, happiness...
'Tis hard to find...
There are those who eye the Arisen with suspicion. Perhaps the fault lies in those pawns you ride about with. Within these walls, you'll not find the prejudices of the outside, friend. All the Maker's children are welcome here. Those bringing alms doubly so. Within these walls, all the... You must be the Arisen, he who commands. Scripture speaks thus of the Arisen: go in peace, blessed traveler. For you walk toward the light, even as you walk toward destruction. The Maker ever watches over you on your way. Scripture speaks the Maker. We must all of us endeavor to... We must all of us endeavor...
This place serves as a hub among the land's abbeys where our members correspond. Not that we find time for such matters now the dragon's upon us. This place serves as a... Not that...
You travel the land as an Arisen, do you not? His Grace Duke Edmund Dragonsbane once did the same. His Grace avers it was the Maker's hand guided him to slay the dragon in his youth. even now not a day passes without him visiting to offer prayers of thanks. You would do well to follow his grace's example, young Arisen. May the light of the Maker shine upon you. You would do well to follow. May the...
Tis not the last will call upon this involvement.
Who among you has seen the dragon? Who saw... I'm trying to keep No doubt you are filled with fear and awe, with trepidation, with despair. And why? Because mankind e'er fears that which it does not understand. We dread the unknown, and ill know how to respond. At times, we abandon all thought, and settle into the coward's refuge of desperation. Ah, 'tis our nature, aye. But is it right? Is our only choice truly to bow down in submission to the awesome threat before us? No. I say that our war against the unknown must begin with knowledge. We must come to understand the dragon, the Maker, ourselves. Let the light of human knowledge dispel the shadows of fear and desperation. For the day we truly understand the worm and well know ourselves, the path we must follow will be laid open before us. People of Grancis, we stand now at a crossroads. Do we submit to the tides of fear and chaos? Or do we strike out? Strike out against the waves of hardship, valor, and wisdom, our rudder and oar. The true and just among us need turn not to the faith, nor the crown, but instead to that voice within ourselves, to heed the exhortations of our souls. We must think for ourselves, and act of ourselves, brothers. Who among you has seen the dragon?
This last year, grandson, oh, have your pick. What will it be? What will it be today? What will it be? Have your come again?
Ever a pleasure.
Me, I've iron and steel honed to an edge. That's all a man really needs. The master works all. The master works all. The master works all. The master works all. Come again.
This last year, grandson, oh, have your pick. What will it be? What will it be today? What will it be? Have your pick. What will it be? Understand?
Here we can rest, manage inventory and skills, and so on.
What is it? I shall thank you not to reproach me so brazenly. 'Tis a wide gulf of class stands between us. You would do well to remember. I am so dreadfully bored of everything. Why do you suppose the dragon attacks mankind? Are we a particular delicacy? And brave, what was it eating until now? The Duke and his men are all doing their best, I've no doubt. But oft a man's best is far from enough. The Duke and his men, but oft...
Ah, Arisen, sir. I find myself in a situation most dire. I thought to sell some land I own, to raise capital, but I must first evict those who live upon it. This typically requires a rather involved procedure, but times are dire, and I wish the current residents gone with all haste. They'll not hear this proposal from me, but from the Arisen. They are like to weigh it carefully. You are my best and final hope in this matter. Can I rely upon your aid? Is it not the charge of Arisen to assist all who seek aid? I am well and truly troubled, sir. Your refusal places me in any rarities to sell. I'll pay you at... Any rarity, right then. Ah, Arisens, I am in I beg you. Is it not that I am any right then? Ah, Arisen, I am in desperate need of coin, and quickly. I beg... Ah, I wagered you'd agree. I find myself in dire need. I own a small parcel of land with such things, however. In truth, my hope is for them to simply quit the land. And quietly, besides. They'll not hear this proposal from me. Please, convince any rarity, right?
I feel more familiar with... This questioner...
Fornival's tenants are somewhere within Grand Soren.
What of the any rarities, right?
What? Who are... Our landlord would drive us from our home? Forget it. I won't go. I don't care how wealthy he is. He can't simply toss us out. I'll never leave. Ever. Not in 1,000 years.
We'll like to find Pip in the craftsman's quarter. Many of these are like to be homes of members of the Duke's court.
ever a pleasure.
Pawn Guild stands ahead. Tis a gathering place for my kind.
Beyond those gates lies the Duke's castle.
Business with the guild, sir?
So this is the Pawn Guild.
You can summon pawns as necessity commands here at the Pawn Guild. Such massive ruins. Who could have fashioned them? Maybe from Grand Soren's gate. This place holds a monster just the same. What's this?
Oh, you're right, man. This.
Tis a lever.
What meaning do you suppose those stones hold?
So quiet.
Pray let me find him quickly. Like as not, he's sick with worry, searching for me. Pray let me find him. Like as...
Mind the gods on watchman's. They'll not suffer any untoward wicked way.
So, I'm sure you'll find all you need. Boy there, why not leave? I'll not beat round the bush. I'll have the goods ready by this time tomorrow. Call again then. I'm sure you'll... Anytime.
This shop will see to your hair, should you be ever mind how it's styled.
An armorer, I believe.
That stone! You've gathered enough? Perhaps with those, my son. But I fear... That stone, perhaps... A miracle! 'Tis a miracle!
Father,
Wilhelm! Sweet Wilhelm!
I've gained quest knowledge. We made it.
Words cannot express my thanks, sir. I owe you more than I can ever hope to repay. You've returned my son to me. 'Tis the Maker's work you do, sir. The world is truly blessed to have you, Arisen. Words cannot express you, the word.
Father, Father.
Hello. Can I help you? Can I help you? Then I bid you. Beyond those gates lies the Duke's castle I'd warrant. You can...
Hello. Yes, Arisen. Yes, Arisen.
Many friends... It will... ruins. Who could have fashioned them?
We may be within principle and fact.
Tis alone. What meaning do you suppose those stones hold?
'Tis a port crystal, Master.
Be they man or pawn,
Beyond
it is
those
hard to do
gates
harm
lies
to
the
man.
Duke's castle, I warrant.
Who among you is...
Have you equipment?
Yes, how may I aid you, sir? Aye, we pay tariff on Fornival's land. Oh, wants us gone, does he? I wager it's not so simple a proposition as all that. I know Fornival's the law on his side, but I'm loath to simply up and go at his command. It's a hard decision, sir, and not one I'd make alone. I've a wife and son. They should get word of this afore all else. They're all throughout the town, though where I don't know. Perhaps you could find them and explain the matter. I would hear their thoughts ere I make any decision. No doubt you were filled with fear and awe, with trepidation, with despair. It seems my wife and child, I'll not press on without their consent. And why? It seems my wife, I'll not. We dread the unknown, and ill known.
Sir, you have need of me? Fornival would have us quit his land? Oh, fie, but this is sudden. Had he even a whit of the Maker's decency, he'd give fair warning afore such a request. I beg of you, sir, grant me a little time to consider what you say. I would strive to have an answer for you shortly.
Ah, 'tis our...
Forgive me, sir. I need...
'Tis our only choice to...
Let's speak with Pip.
He's usually more lively.
No, my mind is made up. Now stop chasing me, just leave me be.
Let's speak with him again.
We must seize young Pip as one would of bow, ere he give us the slip.
There's a barber shop.
don't give up, do you? And I was taught that Arisen were friends of the weak. What does it matter? Even I came in any who cross border will find work hard to come by, and Father isn't like to stand against one so powerful. What choice do we have? Well, so be it. I dare say I won't miss that pigsty of a home besides. Now, if there's nothing else, pray leave me be.
Now we need only convince Sarah.
What good are Arisen if not to help small folks such as us?
The inn seats offer a place for my kind.
What?
It's not the last we'll call upon this inn, I'll warrant. Let's search the castle for suspicious persons.
Aye, the inn offers a clean bed.
This last year, all of it. Have your pick. What will it be? Understood?
I've gained quest knowledge. It is well suspicious. Let's follow me.
Steady, Master. Tread lightly. The capital even holds a barber's shop.
Keep your eyes on our quarry.
Just what is this scrap to you? Ah, loose those lips and might be our repaying kind. Oh.
Good work.
Anything else I might work on for you?
I bid you good day.
Let us tell the innkeep
What
of what we've
business
seen.
could Madeline have with that knight? And in secret, what's more.
Mind the guards on watch, Master. They'll not suffer any untoward behavior lightly.
Ah, it's you. Mason told me to expect you. If you've a message, I could relay it. Tonight then, is it? Fine then. I'll pass the word along.
I feel more familiar with this quest now.
I see you're older. Truly, even. That makes... 'tis...
The scrivener at the Black Cat here can duplicate objects in your possession. Precious things gone lost or missing have a way of turning up there.
For myself, many you'll find not. Find not. Thank you very much. You must think me mad to open a shop amidst this madness. Perhaps. But I say, examine it from another view. Rather than grumble on, you'll find... Thank you. So, well, you'll find...
These last years, Grant, have your pick. What will it be today? What will it be today? What will it be today? What will it be? Have your pick. What will it... Understood.
Here we can rest, manage inventory and skills, and so on.
What good old...
You have the Maker's patience, sir, and I thank you for it. I've made up my mind. Though it twist my heart to breaking, we are in no place to defy Fornival's will. I am my husband's wife in all things. Pray, tell him I will follow whatever path he chooses.
We've secured their consent. Let's speak to Jasper.
I am my husband's wife.
We'll like to have dealings with the armorer here for some time to come.
How goes your intervention? In truth, I'd hoped to have the matter settled by now. However, as I have your ear, perhaps you, Arisen, would purchase the land in question. Such a thing would allow your mediation to continue apace, yet free me from further obligation. What say you? I shall, of course, require your payment in full. I see. Then may I ask you to speed your negotiations? Each day that passes with the land unsold adds a worry to my count. Any rarities to sell? Right.
We best devote ourselves to gathering that coin.
'Tis but a matter of time, ere, though 'twould put a swift, sweet end to the ice. Right.
So, I'm sure, not quite, I'm sure any...
So, well, you'll find... Thank you.
found aught.
Goblin! Strength in numbers. So this sort of tree ought to be useful for other things. A goblin! I'll eat you with bowfire! Finish! Strength in numbers, Arisen.
Shadows crawl. Stay watchful. The rocks here may hold ore. The Duke could stand to commission some new roads. We are a vagabond people, born in a...
The encampment was a humble enough place before Peter. Now...
Built to keep out goblins, I should think. This encampment serves as a fine bulwark against monsters. We've secured their consent. Let's speak to Jasper. What meaning do you suppose those stones
hold? One can reach it from anywhere with the use of a magic item. We best devote ourselves to gathering that coin.
So quiet.
I'd imagine one would never tire of this place. This must be an alehouse.
My kind are not permitted within the castle. I shall await you.
Any of the person comes to drink here, all bearing different tales. Remember to both buy and sell items regularly. The Pawn Guild stands ahead. 'Tis a gathering place for my kind. Patrons oft post work notices in the alehouse. This place holds its share of shadows. We'll like find all manner of shops here.
That ladder will see us to the roof.
We may be able to cross from roof to roof, Arisen.
Some corners of the castle can only be reached by crossing the rooftops. Let's have a look.
If what you say is true, sir, I have my family's support. However, something of the matter troubles me. If we abandon our home to Fornival, he'll lend no support while we search for another. Without funding, we've no way to secure new lodging, nor to live. Might you aid us, sir? I know it madness to ask such of the Arisen, yet I've nowhere else to turn. That it comes to this shames me beyond measure, but I pray you, show us mercy. As my family consents and expenses are covered, I've no cause to gainsay the decision. Fie on Fornival for this. Someday he'll face the Maker and be made to stand for a host of ills. He can purchase the land we trod, but I'll be hung and damned before I give him favor. These have been the hard days, but your kindness kept the worst. Are the rich truly so vain that the plight of common folk means naught to them? These have been the hard days. Are the rich...
What?
You humans certainly do make a lot of expressions.
What news, Arisen? They agreed to leave. Wonderful. Requesting your aid was indeed the proper course. Now, the land may be sold without delay. You have done me a great service this day. I pray that this is but the beginning of a long and prosperous partnership between you and I. Any rarities to sell? I'll pay you hands right then.
I feel more familiar with this quest now.
The dragon? Well, yes, of course I've heard the news. But what good is it to fret over a fate that may or may not come? Any rarities to sell? I'll pay you handsomely. Right then. I built my fortune from nothing in a single generation. I'm well familiar with risk. I won't be told what to fear. Any rarities to sell? I'll pay you handsomely. Right then. Well, there's good sense in serving as the Arisen's patron. All that I invest now will come back to me tenfold, should you manage to slay the worm. Any rarities to sell? Right. Buy low, sell. That's the first lesson of business, friend. Any rarities? Right then. Buy low, sell. That's any right.
So, I'm sure here we are. A perfect duplicate. 'Tis yours. I'm sure you'll find out any time. So, I'm sure you'll go with it. Why not? I'll not beat round the bush. I'll have the good. I'm sure you'll any.
This shop will see to your hair, should you be of a mind to have it styled.
I see you're up. Even in that makes tis. Oh, completed. Here, friend.
Hello, hello.
Here we can rest.
These last years, Grant, have your pick. What will it? Understood.
How does the day find you?
Buy low, sell high. That's the first lesson of business. Any rarities to sell, right?
How does the day find you?
Salutations. Buy low, sell high. How nice. Buy low, sell high. How nice. Buy low, sell high. Any rarities to sell? I'll pay you handsomely. Right. Buy low, sell high. How nice. 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 Buy low, that's any right.
The guards don't have much to worry about.
This last year, have your pick. What will it be? Understood.
Have you equipment to enhance? Seems the castle walls are reached by a flight of stairs ahead.
Ah, Arisen. My men have told me much of you. I have expected your visit. I am Sir Maximilian Eisenstern, captain of the hunt, so named by His Grace Duke Edmund Dragonsbane. I beg your forbearance whilst I detail what is expected of you in the hunt. The worm hunt license you carry permits the bearer to undertake the most vital of tasks, those missions given by Duke Edmund himself. Of late, all our will is focused on learning of and defending against the wicked dragon. A weighty task, to be sure, but one which the fate of the realm and its people rests upon. I am under orders to lend Arisen all reasonable aid as they might require. I would pray you return this assistance in kind. Many hopes are pinned upon you, sir. It would be my honor to show you the ready charges for the worm hunt. The choice is yours. Certainly. Then here are the details. By the Duke's decree, we spare no effort in gathering knowledge concerning the worm. As one arm of that pursuit, we aid the faith in their examination of ruins and relics. One such ruin has of late become home to monsters. We've received a request for escort. They've asked for you by name, sir. What response might I give them? My thanks, sir. His Grace has commanded the utmost attention be given to such matters. Pray, speak to Father Geoffrey at the cathedral in the city for details of the task. Were the decision mine, I would set every man we have to defending our strongholds. But such is our duty.
We ought to seek out Father Geoffrey at the cathedral.
Father Geoffrey awaits at the cathedral.
Well met, good Arisen. 'Tis a heartening boon to have your assistance in our endeavors. I will not keep you long, for the survey party has already set out from Gran Soren. They walk south to the ruins of the falls near the encampment. I know not what dangers await there, but I will rest easily knowing you accompany them. Pray fly now to their side and keep watch over them. Make her speed your steps, sir.
I feel more familiar with his quest now.
I've gained
Behind a
quest
waterfall, you say? Then you seek the water god's altar. Follow me, Arisen.
The survey party set out for the falls by the encampment. Pray go and keep them safe, sir. The survey party, pray...
We'll leave when you are ready, Master. I'm on my way.
I'll go at once.
What is it? Tis a what?
The gods do have much to worry.
Now, where shall we head?